Hey guys, this is Versatile from Game Dexterity. In today's video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can play Hunted, the Demon's Forge LAN portion online using my favorite program, Tunngle. Now, of course, you don't have to use Tunngle. I realize the game has GameSpy, which is perfectly fine, but if for some reason GameSpy is down or is not working out correctly, you do have the LAN option. And if you can't do LAN in your own house, then you can use some other VPN program. So for all purposes, I'm using the Tunngle program. And how you do it is pretty simple. Get the Tunngle program, install it, make an account, go to the Hunted room, and here we have about 140 and so people in this room right now. Now, if you're hosting, it's very important that you attempt. I highly encourage you to port forward UDP 11155. Go to Systems, go to Options, click on Test to verify that your port is indeed open. Sweet, it is. If it's not, then go learn how to port forward. I got a how to port forward video. I got links in the more info section about this game in terms of bug fixes, patch fixes, whatever. Go to the more info section. I know you guys are dying to learn how to host and learn how to join, so let's jump straight into the gameplay footage. Alright, so here we are at the main menu of the Hunted. So we're going to showcase in the very beginning this online portion through GameSpy. So let's go to Adventure, go to Online, and then make sure you log in with your user name and password for GameSpy. The only reason we want to do this is it's a very easy way to set up your own in-game name. So rather than being called Player 1 all the time, it uses your GameSpy name. And here you could do host now or you could join now through the GameSpy wizard. It's pretty simple, pretty intuitive. So that's just something quick that I wanted to point out there about the whole GameSpy thing if you want to use GameSpy. So let's go back and we're going to show you how to host using LAN. So let's go to Adventure and we'll go to LAN like so. And then we're going to do host LAN game. Like I said earlier in the video, make sure you port forward UDP 11155. If that doesn't work out for you, then you can port forward additional ports, see the more info section. So now we just sit here and wait. We're waiting for another person to join our game. And once the person has joined, then the host can set up the level, the difficulty, select what character he wants, and then he clicks on the ready button. Now before we get too deep in the video, I do want to thank Tunngle User Shintsufurujin for supplying this gameplay video. I actually don't have the game, but I know exactly how the game works after talking to a few Tunngle gamers. So I think this should be a really good tutorial for those who want to learn how to host and learn how to join a game. So let's wait for someone to join his game. Sweet, so we got someone, he just joined. So now we're picking level section 1.1 town entrance. Let's select the difficulty, select the character. Now what's really interesting is when you select the character, it's all random. What I mean by that is if both players select the guy, the game is going to somehow randomly decide who's going to be the guy and who's the girl. If one guy picks the guy and one guy picks the girl, great, life is good. If both players pick the girl, then one of you is going to be 50-50 chance of being the guy. So just because you pick the guy doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the guy or be the girl, for example. Another thing I do want to mention that this game, as of today, has voice activation on by default. If you want to turn that off, you gotta go into the game settings in one of the .ini files and change the voice setting from true to false, for example. Okay, sweet, so we are finally in the game and we're going to show you some real proof here that yeah, this does work. You can sort of see that second player is sort of warping a little bit, and that's just proof that this game does work. Now granted, this is a console port. You can't press the letter T and type messages, otherwise I would have him type a message right now. And of course we're gonna, you know, just goof around here. So we know that hosting works, so let's jump straight into the next segment of the video where I show you how to join a game. It's pretty damn simple. Alright, so in this portion of the game, I want to show you how simple it is to join a LAN game. It's pretty simple. So let's press enter, and let's go to the main menu, and let's go to Adventure, and let's go to LAN, and let's go to Join LAN Game. And then we wait, and yes, someone's hosting a LAN game, and we're going to join them. It's as simple as that. Now, one thing I do want to note is sometimes, just because you have like over 200 people in the Tunngle room does not necessarily mean there are 200 games being hosted all at the same time. Sometimes you might only see one game at a time. It might jump around. Maybe you get lucky, you might see 2 or 3 games, but I think people are joining games pretty damn quick. What we just did here is the user just selected his character, and that's about it, and selected ready. And like I said, if you picked a girl and the other person picked a girl, you're not going to have 2 girls in the game. The game will randomly decide who will be the guy and who will be the girl, or who will be the dominant one and who will be the submissive one. So pretty shortly we're going to be in the real game here, and we'll show you proof that yeah, this does work. So here we are in the main game, and we can clearly see that yeah, we got two players walking around. Joining worked out perfectly. It's hard to tell, but there's barely any lag on this one, so the host must have a pretty good upload connection. So with that said, let's go straight back to the desktop. So as we can clearly see that the game works great. Now I didn't talk about this during the gameplay video, but yeah, this game does have built-in voice communications. It's enabled on by default. There is no button to push for push to talk. Hopefully that'll be fixed in a future patch. Also, if you have triangles showing up with your graphics card when you're looking at different rooms or whatever, make sure you disable motion blur. Go to the more info section. I got a link there to help you out with that. And then also, if you ever get stuck, do not be afraid to use the wiki. If you basically click on the question mark in the Tunngle program, here's a wiki. Here's some quick instructions on what you need to do to get your game up and running. Any future patches, look to the wiki and you're good to go. If you got any questions, go ahead and leave a comment here on the YouTube page and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.